Hi guys, welcome back for episode number 39 of the weekly playback. This will be the last episode for at least 3 weeks, I think, until I get back from Africa. So I played a couple of games. So actually one of them I didn't grab, but I've shown it before several times and I'm actually doing a giveaway for it, but I'll talk about it later. Anyway, so the first game I will talk about is Transmissions. So transmission, oh, I didn't bring up any of the information. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So Transmissions is a 2022 game. It is designed by Adam West and the art is by Matt Dixon, Peter Guilford, and Chad Haverter. And it is published by Crosscut Games and it's for 1 to 4 players. I've actually played this twice now. I played it at 2 players and then I played it again last night at 3 players. So it's a cute game. It's so you have like kind of like excuse me, you have like a rondel and you're moving the robots along the rondel. So you know, contrary to popular belief, like, okay, maybe it's not popular belief, but I didn't know this. I thought that each player was going to be a robot when I backed this game because I actually didn't bother watching any playthroughs or learning. I didn't learn anything about the game before I backed it because I was basically backing it for aesthetic reasons, and I think I saw like Rado say he liked it and I was like, okay, that's good enough because I feel like he and I have similar taste in games. But so I didn't know that the robots, they don't belong to any single player. So you will be able to move the robots on your turn. So I just want to show you guys them up close first before, because this one looks so sad. I wish that they had made, you know, him not look so sad. I think my favorite robot is, I think my favorite robot is the green one. I think he's cute. Okay, so in this game you're gonna have a board and the board has different sections. So let me just open it up to show you. So in these different sections there are 2 spots each. So you have the forest here, and these are the 2 spots in the forest. You have this area here, which I don't know, I think it's called a generator or something. There's 2 spots there. You have this area here. There's 2 spots here. There's 2 spots here. There's 2 spots in the meadow, and there's 2 spots in the water and 2 spots in the pipe area. And the different locations allow you to do different things. So if you move a robot here, you can take either a blue or 2 white cubes. If you move here, you'll be able to buy one of the item tiles that is here, and you'll pay the cost in engrams, the cubes, and I'll show you those in a minute, and plus the electricity cost that is below. If you land in this section, you can buy one of the idea tiles that is here. There will be a cost in electricity listed on each cube, plus if you're getting it from here, you'll pay either a yellow or a white cube. If you're over here, you'll be able to buy one of the pipe tiles. If you're here, you'll be able to take a forest card. If you're here, you'll be able to get either 2 yellow cubes or 1 green cube. And if you're up here, you'll be able to get 4 electricity. So each player is going to have a set of cards. And each player has basically the same set. So let me just show you. So each player will have cards like this, and you're always going to have 3 cards in hand. And then after you take your turn and play a card, you're going to take the card you just played and put it at the bottom of your discard pile and then immediately draw the top one. So you never shuffle these. You always just put the card you played at the bottom and then you draw another card. So if you have a robot card, you can just move that robot. Or if you have one of these cards and there happens to be a robot in one of those sections, then you can move that robot. And each player's player board is going to show you as well how many spaces a robot can move up to. You have to move them at least 1 space. You can't not move a robot. So a robot cannot stay still. So you'll look at here and you'll see how many spaces robots move. And you're also going to be starting off with 2 ideas tiles, which will give you special abilities underneath each robot. So for example, let's suppose I had this one here. This one means that so if I were moving this sad robot, I could also move him an additional 2 spaces if I wanted to. So since that tile is underneath that robot. So you're collecting different ideas tiles from the market as well that you'll be adding here, which do different things. They may give you points, they may give you electricity or engrams or something like that, or a conversion ability. And you're also going to be collecting items and placing them there, and items will give you set collection points and stuff. So for example, here's a hat. If you have one hat, it will be worth 1 point. If you have 2 hats, then each hat will be worth 3 points. And you can see the cost of this tile. It's 1 blue and 1 white cube. And then some of these tiles have birds or butterflies or both on them. So for example, this cactus has both on them. So this one has both a butterfly and a bird. And at the end of the game, one of your scoring things is you're going to multiply your butterflies times your birds, and that will be a certain number of points you get, in addition to other things. So if you have 0 of one or the other, that's going to be 0 points. So you definitely want to try to get some birds and some butterflies. In addition to that, you're going to have a starting tile off to the side, and you're going to be connecting pipes if you want to, you don't have to. And those will also give you points. So you'll also get the number of points that's actually listed on the pipe, and then they may have butterflies and birds on them, so those will count towards your butterflies and birds points. And also you will also get points for your longest pipe connection as well. So it's like if you have 2 pipes, I think it's 2 points. If you have 3, it's like 4 points or something like that. There's like some chart that tells you how many points you'll get. So that's how that works. There are these forest cards in the forest section, and when you take a forest, when you land there, you can draw 2 cards. So you can take the top one from the discard pile and the top one from the draw pile, or you can take 2 from the discard pile and 2 from the draw pile and pick one, and you can do it immediately, or you can save the ability to use later. And if you don't use it, some of these cards have acorns on them on the bottom. It may be hard to see. And if you don't use these cards, whoever has the fewest acorns at the end of the game will get 5 points. So you're kind of incentivized to use them, because if you don't use them and you have a bunch of them left over, and if you have too many acorns, you won't get any points because you want to have the fewest. So when I played, only 1 player in the 3-player game had any acorns at the end of the game. So let me just show you some of the other components. So I got the deluxe version, and these come in the basic version too. I really don't know. So it has all these cubes. They're called engrams. I don't know what an engram is. Here are some point tokens for if you need to collect points immediately. These are the electricity tokens, and I showed you the cards already. So yeah, so you're going to be filling up robots. So another way to get points is for each complete robot, meaning it's completely filled up with tiles, with items and ideas. So at the end of the game, you will get points equal to each robot you filled up. This one's 8 points, these 2 are 6, and the last one is 4 points. And this is where you place your cubes, and you can only have 7 at a time. So I think I've explained it. So the game end conditions are, so when you collect either an idea or a tile, they get pushed down, and the one that is adjacent to it gets discarded. So let's suppose you collect let me just open this up to show you. So let's suppose you are here and you get an item. The idea that is on top of it will then get discarded, and you will fill this up with new ones. And same goes with idea tile. If you get an idea tile, the item beneath it will get discarded, and then you will push them down and draw some new ones. So the game end conditions are that one of the pipe piles is empty. So there's going to be, I believe, 5 stacks of pipe tiles. And the amount of tiles in each stack varies according to player number. Another game end condition is when you can no longer refill the items / ideas, and the other game end condition is once someone has completed all 4 of their robots. So it's a fun little family game. So like I said, I played it at both 2 players and 3 players. The first time I played it was at 2 players, and I played with a non-board gamer, like a non-hobby gamer, and he really enjoyed it. So he really liked it. And then when I played with hobby board gamers, they were like, it's okay, because it's not the most strategic of games. And also, one of my friends said that the reason he didn't back this game was because he didn't like the fact that the robots didn't have a story for why they are doing what they're doing. Like, it makes no sense why they're doing what they're doing. And it also makes no sense that on our own player boards, we each have ideas associated with each robot, but we're all controlling all the robots. So like, how is it that, you know, when I use a blue robot, he can do X, Y, and Z, but then when someone else uses the blue robot, he can do something differently? Like, that doesn't make sense, right? Like, why are the robots changing depending on who's using them? So, you know, story-wise, thematically, it just, there's not much there, like thematically tying into the mechanics. So when I played yesterday with my gamer friends, one of them was, you know, coming up with ways that this game would be made more interesting and appeal more to gamers, and I liked his idea. Like, his idea was that like, we would all have, each robot would have like one of these thingies and we would all contribute to it. Or so, you know, a robot might do something that you don't want it to do because another player put a certain idea in it. Also, like, instead of having the robots fill up with items, you would want to have the robots collect items and bring them back to you, which other players could try to interfere with. So we were just coming up with ways that it might appeal to board gamers and make more sense thematically, because again, you know, like, why are these robots doing what they're doing? Why are they all doing different things when we're all controlling them? Like, you know, certain things just don't make sense. But it's a cute game, so, you know, my friends were theorizing that maybe you know, this person just decided to make a game with robots just because the robots are cute, but the story just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I can see that criticism. So I would be happy to play it again. You know, usually I am someone who really wants the theme and the mechanics to tie in, but the robots are just cute. But yeah, I can see why people would, you know, not be as into it, just because you're just going around and doing things, and you just don't know why you're doing those things. So I can, you know, I can see the criticisms. I can understand the criticisms for that game. So that was Transmissions. The next game I will talk about is Primordial Secrets. So Primordial Secrets is actually hitting Kickstarter at the end of July, but I'm going to talk about it right now because I played it. A 2-player game, and I have made my video for it because, you know, I'm going away for quite some time. So this is for 2 to 4 players, and it is designed by Garth Avery, and the artist is Hannah Lisauka, and it's published by GLHF Games. So this is a deck building game. I will say that the this is a prototype, of course, so, you know, not final versions, and I've already been told by the designer that a lot, you know, the artwork has already been changed and the new artwork looks really nice. So I'm not going to go majorly in depth in this game because it would just be a lot to explain, and my 1-minute video is actually a 2-minute video. So how does this open? So again, prototype version, so this is just you know, a cardboard board, and I'm trying to make sure I open it on the right side. Oh my god, it's like kind of like sticking together. Okay, there we go. So this is what a player board would look like. So in this game, each player is going to draw 6 cards. Let me just make sure I get the right ones, because there's like so many cards in this game. So depending on player count, so again, I played a 2-player game, but depending on player count, you will have different cards. But here are the basic starting cards. So you'll have like an advisor, you'll have musicians, messengers. So these are the starting cards. They're really nice. I will say that the player aid has super duper tiny text, but, you know, hopefully in the final version that will be much larger. So you will have a starting hand, and of course you're going to, you know, shuffle your cards. You'll draw 6, and then what you're going to be doing is putting 3 of those cards face down in the visiting party area and 3 of those cards face down in the hosting party area. Then in addition to those cards, you're going to have these other cards, which are your intent cards. So each player will start the game with some of them. So in a 2-player game, these are the ones you start with. And the different symbols and stuff will indicate like what you intend to do. So if you have like an arrow, like if you're pointing, that means you are going to visit the other player. So your cards will visit the other player, and you are going to compare your visiting party to their hosting party. And you are going to compare insight values and deceit values, which are numbers on the cards, And then you're going to resolve and see what happens. So there are also secret cards, secret intent cards, which are more powerful. So let me just show you some of those. So like here are some secret intent cards. So each player is going to start the game with 6, and you're going to have them face down on your board. And then if you're, so this part is always a little bit tricky for me to remember. So if your, what's the word I'm looking for again? If your insight value is less than, no, it's greater. If your insight value is greater, if you as a visitor have your insight value greater than the hosting party's deceit value, then you will get to steal by 4 or more. So it has to be by 4 or more. You will get to steal a secret from them. You will get to go through their secret deck and pick one. Now, these secrets are also intent cards, but more powerful. So once you take a card from them, you will put it in your intent discard pile. So later on in the game, it'll be shuffled into your intent deck and you'll be able to use this. If your insight value is less than the hosting party's deceit, they will get to steal one of your visitors, basically, and it's a sacrifice, and you will get to decide which of your visitors will be sacrificed, and they will have it in their own sacrifice pile. So again, you're going to select 6 cards, draw 6 cards. 3 of them will go in your visiting party, 3 of them in your hosting party. You'll decide which intent card you want to put face down, and then everyone will reveal at the same time, and you'll go around resolving, starting with the starting player, and that will change round to round, the starting player. So it's one of those games that I really like because, number one, you are kind of playing mind games, and you're kind of trying to decide what another player might want to do. Are they going to try to visit someone else? Are they going to not visit someone else that round? And also the cards are just so freaking cool. So after you go, your cards will also, let me just show you the cards again because it'll help. So I'll show you the basic ones and then some advanced ones. So the cards, in addition to, and so the blue value is the insight value, the purple value is the deceit value, and then this is tribute value. So after you have played, visited the other party and all of that has happened, then you can buy a card from the market. You can recruit, what are they called? You can recruit, what are they called? Beings, I don't remember what they're called. You can recruit whatever things from the market to be added to your, deck. So you'll add them to your discard pile. And the things that you can recruit are more powerful and have better numbers, of course. So let me just show you some of them. So like here's an example. And let me show you some royal ones. Oh, I don't think the royal ones are in this deck. So there's also some royal ones, and there's also familiar. So you'll have a tribute value, and you will decide on your tribute value, what you're able to recruit that round, and you'll take those cards and add it to your discard pile. There's also a limited number of royal, God, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Of royal pawns. That should be easy enough to remember. So there's a limited number of royal pawns as well that are more powerful. And also you'll see that a lot of these have abilities on them on the bottom. So depending on where you play them, they might activate a certain ability. So some of them say like after visiting, so that means they have to be a visitor to utilize that ability. Some of them say when visiting. Some of them say after hosting. Some of them say like during hosting. Some of them can be used in either section. So, it makes the game a lot more interesting. And again, the artwork on these cards is just amazing. I'll show you some familiar cards as well. Here are some familiars. So familiars are cheaper, they cost 2. So, if you have some tribute left over, then you can add a familiar to your deck and they're all the same. Oh, and here are the royal ones. So here's an example of a royal one. So the way the game works, So the game end triggers once a player has immediately collected 6 secrets, then the game ends immediately, they win. If someone has collected their 6th sacrifice, the game ends immediately and they win. Or if the royal pawn deck runs out, then you will see how many points you have. You get 1 point for each of your secrets and sacrifices that you've collected, plus your royal pawns. And then whoever has the most points will win. So that is the game. So, you know, if you like deck building games, then I think you will enjoy this. And like I said, the artwork is just stunning. And the artwork does look much nicer now. And this was already pretty cool. Like the artwork in this was already really nice. So the fact that they've made it look even nicer is pretty cool. But I really think you'll enjoy this if you enjoy deck building games, because I know I did. So it's a very cool game. I'm really always amazed by how designers come up with ideas for games, like just so amazed. So like, I don't know, like it's just really cool. Like, you know, these are like primordials before like the universe has been created, and they're like visiting each other and like hosting parties and, you know, deceiving each other. Like, I don't know how people come up with their ideas, but it is really cool. So yeah, so I would keep an eye out for this. So it's described as an eldritch deck building game called Primordial Secrets. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what the final version of this looks like. So that was Primordial Secrets. The next game I will talk about I do not have. So I played it yesterday, a 3-player game of it, and I really enjoyed it. It's called Free Ride. It looked very old to me. Like when my friend pulled it out, I was like, wow, like I guess we're just gonna play a game from like, I don't know, like the early 2000s or something, but it actually came out last year in 2021. So the designer's name is Friedman Fries. He is the designer of Power Grid, I believe. The artist is Harald Leisk, and the publisher is, I guess, is it Rio Grande Games, I think? Yeah, Rio Grande Games, and it is for 1 to 5 players. So in this game, I'll throw up a picture, but basically you are built. Oops, I left this out. I'm sure it'll be different in the actual game, but that's like the first player pawn token, whatever, in Primordial Secrets. So in this game, you are going to be building train tracks, and you're collecting cards. There's going to be like 6 rows of 6 columns of 3 cards each, with different city locations, and each person will have a different starting location, and then you are trying to pick cards and then make your way to the location that, you know, is the other card you picked, and you're building tracks, and other players can use your tracks. Like, so on your turn you can either put down 2 tracks in the first 2 parts of the game. It's always 2 tracks, so you can always put down 2 tracks, or if you run out of tracks, you can put down 1 track and then pay money and buy another additional 6 tracks. You start the game with 12. And then I think if you pay a coin, then you can also, I think, put down more tracks in that round. I think you can put down a 2nd track if I remember correctly, or maybe not. Or you can move 2 spaces, but in the 3rd part of the game, you can move up to 3 spaces. And whenever you like land in a city, if there's a city card out available, if you can take it and then, you know, collect a new location. So in the first 2 parts of the game, you can only have 2 city cards, which will have your starting city for, you know, that objective, and then the ending city. But then in the 3rd part of the game, you can have up to 2 sets of city cards. It's a good game. It's you know, you're just building tracks and then moving along, and you're just trying to get to different places. Yeah, it's, you know, I don't have much else to say about it. It's just a good train game. I'm not really sure what else to say about it. I thought I was gonna win. The scores last night were, I think it was 96, then I had 95, and then the other player had 92 or 93. So it was a very close game. And my friend said that he'd played the game a number of times and he'd never seen someone collect as much money as I have. So if someone else uses one of your train tracks, they take off your ownership marker, because then it becomes a government train track, and they give you a coin since they used your train track. And also, if you build to a lot of the cities that are way on the outskirts of the board, you'll be able to collect 2 coins from that as well. So yeah, and then at the end of the game, coins are worth 3 points each. And then each city card you've collected that is unique is worth 5 points. So it has to be a city that you, of course, visited and either, you know, started on or ended on for a set of cards that you had picked up. And then if you have duplicates, those are worth 2 points each. So yeah, it's a cool game. You're just building tracks, and you know, sometimes you just want to avoid using someone else's track because you don't want to give them money, so you might try to build around them. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good game. I don't think it's anything like amazing, but I thought it was a good game and I enjoyed it, and I would definitely play it again. So yeah, and like I said, you know, the look of the game made me think it was an old game, but it's not an old game. So yeah, actually, let me just read you the description. It says, around the end of the 19th century, a growing network of railway lines was built in Europe, allowing people to travel to the major cities to visit beautiful structures influenced by Art Nouveau and historicism. In Free Ride, you are one of several people in charge of building railway lines, connecting the cities in Europe and carrying passengers to those cities. So the game board shows 45 cities connected by a network of potential routes, and all railway lines built will be one of the 3 types: lines owned by you, lines owned by fellow players, and state-owned lines. So yeah, so when you travel on your own lines or state-owned lines, you pay nothing, but if you use someone else's, you must pay them, and then it becomes a state-owned line. And the city cards are cool. They all show a structure, like some kind of famous monument or something from the actual city, and they do look very like old pictures. They're really nice. I like the artwork. I'll have thrown up a picture here probably. So yeah, it says, where do you want to build? So at the start of play, each player drafts a pair of a travel route. Multiple travel routes are available for choosing. So yeah, so since you have 3 cards, your starting location can be either the top card or the second card, and then the location you're trying to get to will be the card just beneath it, and the other card gets discarded, and then you put out a new set of cards after that player's turn is over. Yeah, so that's it. Apparently it has a solo mode as well. So that was Free Ride. Good game, but I don't have much else to say about it. And then the other game I played was Streets, which I've discussed before, and I'm actually doing a giveaway for. So Streets, as you know, is a Hakan Garter game published by Sinister Fish Games, and I believe it came out last year, 2022. No, 2021. We're in 2022 right now. And it's for 1 to 5 players, and I'm doing a giveaway which will end on Monday evening. So Streets is a tile laying game, and different players. It's interesting. I've covered it before in my weekly playback, so you can go find that if you want to. You can also go find my 1-minute overview video. I'll link those below, so I don't have to go into it too much because I also don't have the box right now. But this is one of my favorite games. I really enjoy it, and it's really good. And so I'm running a giveaway right now for this game and Villagers deluxe editions of both. So if you haven't entered yet, you can enter that giveaway. And then, of course, I played Paint the Roses again and lost. I played a 2-player game and we lost that. So anyway, so those were the games I played in the past week. Now let's talk about games that I am backing. So that hasn't changed. It's still Skyrise and Septima, but I'm curious to see what those are at now. So let's go check. I feel like the wait for these games is going to be so long. I really want them. So Skyrise is now at $332,176. It's got it's 4,600 backers. Let's see which new stretch goals they've unlocked. All right, so the last time I did a video, I think we were going for the custom color insert. So that has been achieved. Now we also have alternate medium sculpts. We also have an embroidered bag logo and box art and limited edition number. So if you back the deluxe edition, which I'm doing as well, you will get a limited edition number on your box. And we've also unlocked gold foil card backs. Ooh. And I think we are still waiting to unlock alternate small sculpts and gold foil on buildings. Ooh, that would be really cool. Gold foil on buildings. So that has 7 days left. And I don't know when it's going to deliver, but Let's see what the delivery estimate is. Oh wow, a whole year from now, June 2023. That's sad. That's a super long ways away. And then the other game I'm backing, but I'm going to just be getting a complimentary copy of it, is Septima, which looks amazing. And oh my god, it's at $616,945 with over 8,000 backers. One thing I don't understand is why Skyrise is not like up to that much. Like Roxley is a good company. Roxley produces good games. I mean, I know Mindclash does too, but I'm just curious why Skyrise is not attracting as many backers, because I feel like what you're getting in Skyrise for the deluxe edition, the price is still decent. So yeah, I guess I'm just a bit confused by that. I don't know. Like this game here is, so the deluxe edition is around $80, and I don't know how much shipping is. But Skyrise, how much was that again? So Skyrise, the deluxe edition is $75. So, you know, it's pretty comparable, and you're getting really nice, like chunky building pieces. And like, if you're getting the deluxe edition, it comes with those like raised, like city like boards and stuff. So I'm a bit confused why Skyrise is not, you know, getting more backers. I don't know if it's maybe because it's an auction bidding game and maybe that doesn't appeal to many people. I don't know. I'm just curious. Oh, so anyway, so let me just go on to games I received, because I've received a couple. So I finally got my monsters on board, which I want to show you guys. So I had backed the deluxe edition with all the plastic miniatures, even though I'm not really into miniatures, but oh well. So I can actually smell the plastic as I open this up. So like, I just got a whiff of the plastic. So I created, so the thing is, this game came with a really crappy insert, and they addressed that in an update as well. Like they had originally, when we backed this game, they had promised us a really nice insert that would hold all of the deluxe components, and that is not the case. So so what I did is I created individual bags with all the player pieces that a player would need to start with. And I'll show you some of these. So let me just show you my box, because I can't fit the cars in here. So I'll show you what I did. So after you take out these bags, then you have this bag with all the dice in it. Let me just show you some of the dice. So these are the dice. And then I put the cards. I have not sleeved the cards. I'm like actually broke right now, and I realized I didn't have like the actual enough sleeves for these. Actually, I didn't check. Actually, maybe I do have enough sleeves. But anyway, I didn't bother sleeving the cards yet. But these are the cards. I'll just show you some of them. I like the artwork. I think it's the Micho who did the artwork for this as well, right? But at least it's monsters, so it's different. And then you have your player boards, which do open up actually. So this is a player board, and it opens up like this. And then there is all this stuff on the back. I wonder what that is. It's like pretty circles on the back. I don't know. It's pretty. But anyway, so that's a player board, and it is dual layered, which is nice. So I have my player boards, and then you would take these out. And I have some tokens. You have your ghost tokens, which are cardboard for everyone. These, I think these are the spook juice tokens. I don't know what these are, but they're really, oh, so yeah, the starting player token is really tiny, and I saw a really funny GIF, like meme that someone posted in regards to it. Because this is the start player token, which is so much smaller than everything else. I thought it was going to be much larger. And so someone posted a funny meme. They're like, what is this? Is this a small start player token for ants? Like, I think it's from like Zoolander or something like that. So that was funny. And then some more cards of some kind. I really love Halloween. Halloween is like one of my favorite holidays, which is why I had to get this game. Because, you know, it's very Halloween-y. And I don't know what these are. Oh, and some more ghost tokens. And then here is the board, which I love. And then I just stuck the cardboard cars in the bottom because I was not going to assemble them because I have the plastic ones, which I will now show you. So, of course, the plastic cars do not fit in here. I mean, all of this stuff barely fits in here by itself, to be honest. So, there's still a little bit of lift, even with all of this stuff in here, and I didn't even sleeve the cards yet. So, so let me show you. So I had gotten the expansion as well. So it's in the expansion box that I put the cards. So I will show you what I did. Oh no, the dice, oopsies. Okay. So yeah, so even with this, there's some lift. So this is from, oh yeah, I should probably mention. So it's from Final Frontier Games. It's designed by Alexander Mikic, Ivo Neskovic, and Samuel Petreski. And the art is done by the Micho. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm a huge Halloween fan, so I seriously cannot wait to play this. And then here is the expansion box, which I'm obviously not getting rid of because everything is not going to fit in this box. So in here, I have it like this, and then I put these expansion pieces all into one bag, and then I have the cars like that, and then I have all the expansion cubes. There's like just a bunch of cubes of different colors, so they're in this bag, and then I put the cards in a bag. So all the cars you would need for the base game are in the expansion box. So these are the cars, the plastic cars that came with the deluxe edition. And they did not come in this box, of course. They came in like a separate, like small, like flimsy white cardboard box. So I decided to put them in here rather than just keep them in an unmarked, like white flimsy box. So yeah, so I'm just going to store these in the expansion box and just have to keep them together because obviously it's not all going to fit in there. So that is how I will be storing my game. So yeah, so that is Monsters on Board. The next thing I want to show you guys that arrived, which I will be covering, and hopefully I'm going to be playing it tonight. Oh, actually, I'm shooting this. So I'm shooting this video on a Thursday because it's going to be very busy in the next few days, which I'll discuss at the end of the video anyway. So Amun-Re came, and I'm going to be covering it for its Kickstarter. So this is the 20th anniversary edition of Rainer Knizia's game. I won't open it up and show you guys because it's going to be launching really soon. Okay, maybe I will. Okay, so it's like you guys watch these videos, so maybe I should show you up close. But again, you know, this is prototype version, so just keep that in mind. I actually haven't opened this up, so I'm seeing all of this for the first time myself. Oh, I do like the player colors. Those are really nice. I really like the player colors. Okay, so you have orange, which I feel like you don't see orange very often, right? You don't see orange as a player color very often. A really pretty, like, lake blue color. I've really been into blue a lot recently. Like, I've been obsessed with, like, blue colors. Like, there's, so you know the Subaru Crosstrek that comes in this, like, I think it's called khaki blue or something like that. That's, like, right now my favorite color. Like, every time I see that car, I am obsessed with it, and I'm just kind of like drooling over that car every time I see it. That color is just so freaking beautiful. I absolutely love it. It's just so freaking gorgeous. And I had to buy a new car back in December because my Juke, I used to drive a Nissan Juke, which was completely cursed. I had bought it used in 2016, and yes, that car was just cursed, and I finally had to get rid of it. So I bought a Subaru Forester, and unfortunately my car comes in like a graphite, like a gunmetal gray color, I think it's called. And they did have these gorgeous blue colors, but they weren't available at the time, and I just really could not wait. I had to trade in my car for another car. So yeah, so I've been really obsessed with, I know I'm going off on a major tangent here, but I've been really obsessed with blue colors, and that Subaru Crosstrek that comes in that blue color is just so freaking gorgeous, and I love it so much. And it just upsets me that the other Subarus don't come in those like limited edition Crosstrek colors. Like, why? Like, why does the Crosstrek get all the fun colors? I just don't understand. Anyway, so back to Amun-Re. So, let me just show you some of these player pieces. So pretty nice for a prototype version. Oops, wait, those go back in here, sorry. Then let's see, I'll show you some, what is this? It looks like pyramids. Actually, since I'm playing this tonight, I might as well take these out, right? Oh, these pyramids are nice. It looks like there's like some white powdering. Maybe that's just to make it look like actual stones. I think it's like an effect. It has like, it looks like, yeah, pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe it's meant to look like sand or something like that. Ooh, let's look at these cards. Ooh. So these, you can tell, are definitely prototype quality, like the cards, but the artwork is really amazing. I love how like vivid it is. Wow. That's nice. I don't know what these are. So I know it's like an auction bidding game, so maybe those are like some kind of auction bidding cards. I'm actually going to be reading the rules right after I finish filming this video. So, so I will be learning very soon what all of this is. And then a bunch of these cards. Oh gosh, there's so many cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just show you a couple of them because there's so many. Looks like there's money cards, artwork cards. Okay, maybe they're... Wow. Here's the back of the cards. Okay, there's a lot of them, so I'm not going to show you all of them. That's like a pretty thick stack of cards. And then there are some tiles. There are these tiny tiles. And then there are these. Well, these are nice quality, actually, for a prototype. And then let's see the board. Here is something. And again, keep in mind, this is a prototype version. Oh wow, the board is huge. So let's hope it'll actually fit on my table. Okay, because I have a really small table. Oh dear. Okay, we'll see. I'll make do. I'll figure it out. Okay, so I guess that's the Nile River, of course. And here you have Egypt. Wow, very cool. This is really cool. I'm really looking forward to playing this tonight. I can't wait. Yeah, I feel really, honored to be covering a Rainer Knizia game. I think that is just so cool. Like, I guess, I wonder, like, content creators, like, when do they feel like they've made it in the content creation world? Like, is it after they've covered a certain designer's game? Is it after they've worked with a certain number of publishers? Like, I really don't know. I guess people have their own milestones. To be honest, it's not like I was a huge Rainer Knizia fan before this. I do like his games, but I know he's like a very well-respected designer. So just the fact that I am covering one of his games now, I think that's pretty cool. And I do like some of his games that I have played. So, so that is pretty cool. So yeah, I will be learning the rules right after I finish shooting this video, and then hopefully playing this tonight because a friend of mine will be coming over to play it. So, oh, another game that arrived. So the box is kind of exploding here. It's not closing properly because I sleeved the card. So Chili Mafia, my production copy of Chili Mafia, which I told you guys, is this backwards? What, does it just look backwards? Why is everything backwards on my camera right now? I just noticed that. Huh. That's strange. Does it always look like that when I shoot a video? Is it always backwards when I shoot a video? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so Chili Mafia, when I play this game, I had mentioned it's now my go-to set collection filler game, which it definitely is. I love it. So this one includes all the expansions. Here is the rule book. So it's like a travel series, and their next game will be about Nepal, I think. It says here their next destination is Nepal. It also came with some stickers. Oh, and the deluxe edition or whatever came with chili sauce, hot sauce. So that's cool. I'll try those when I get back from Africa. So here is a little booklet that has pretty artwork of some of the cards and just talks about some of the cards, I guess. Why does Sweet Chili have like candy canes? What is up with that? That's weird. There's like candy canes there. Who thinks of candy canes when they think of hot sauce? That's funny. Anyway, so this is how I packed mine. And it's kind of a little bit exploding. So the sleeves that this game came with, it came with sleeves, but they were really cheap quality sleeves. So I just put those to the side, and I used my high quality sleeves that, what's the brand again? Oh, yeah, it's this brand, Sleeve Kings. So I use Sleeve King sleeves to sleeve all of these cards so that, you know, they wouldn't feel super cheap in my hands. And here are some special cards. I don't think they are actually used in the gameplay, but they're pretty cool. I really like the artwork. I just love the artwork in this game, to be honest. I just really, really love it. So yeah, so I packed it like this, and like I said, it's, you know, a really tight fit, and the lid, it's just kind of, you know, it's just a little bit of lift, not too much. So yeah, so I have the expansions in here as well, and the playmat. So yeah, so I'm really excited for this game, and I hope if we end up later in the summer having like a game night with at least like 4 people, I really hope we'll get to play this because I really do like it. Or maybe at like a cookout or something later in the summer, that would be really nice. So yeah. So this arrived, and let me try to stick this back in. So yeah, so if you got the all-in version, it will fit if you sleeve the cards. So there you go. And then I think, oh, actually I forgot to show you guys a game that arrived. So yeah, so you can see it doesn't like sit right at the bottom. There is like this lift here. I don't know why. Why is it like that? I think, oh, because of the rule book maybe. Okay. So a game that had arrived a few weeks ago, but I forgot to show you guys, but it's the perfect time to show you right now because I'm actually going on a safari. So it's like, okay, it fits the theme of my safari, and that is Wild Serengeti. So I actually have I will be giving away the pre-production copy I have of this because it's very close to production quality. It's basically production quality. So if you don't have this game, Wild Serengeti, and probably if you're like a Ko-fi subscriber, I might give it away to a Ko-fi giveaway, or I might just do a regular giveaway because at this point I have a lot of games I need to give away. So we'll see. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet. Here are all like the wooden components, and then I just put, I went a little bit bag crazy, but I put all the animals in like separate bags. But it comes with so many different animals. I'm actually not going to the Serengeti when I go to Africa. I have heard Serengeti is better than Masai Mara, but I'm actually going to Masai Mara. I'm going to Kenya for 2 weeks. So yeah, and then different player pieces, and then just a bunch of different cards. And I don't have the board assembled, so I'm not going to show you like the tree, I mean, and the board. It's at the bottom, so I won't show you that. I've shown you guys. You can see my 1-minute video, but I'll show you some of the cards, which I did sleeve. So this game came with sleeves, and the sleeves it came with were actually nice, so I did use those. Or maybe did I use my own sleeves, or did it come with sleeves? I think it came with sleeves, actually. I can't remember now. But basically, you're like photographers, and you're trying to get your documentarians, and you're trying to fulfill different cards by getting the animals in the correct orientation, by taking different actions on the board. So yeah, it's a pretty nice game, and I think they're coming out with a rainforest themed game next. So they're sticking with the wildlife theme, which I like. So that's nice. So yeah, this is a nice game, and I hope I'll get to play it soon. Maybe I'll play it when I come back from Africa, because then I can, you know, recreate my Africa trip and maybe be sad that I'm not there anymore. Who knows? So yeah, this is a good game. I'm glad that the production copy came. And again, I will be giving away my pre-production copy of this because, you know, I have no reason to hang on to it. So that arrived, and I think that's all I have to show you guys. So thank you so much for your suggestions for which games I should take on my trip to Africa, you know, for solo games and stuff. Some of you suggested One Deck Dungeon or something like that, which I have not looked into yet, but I am going to Rochester on Saturday, so I might stop off at the game store and see if I can find it there. Another commenter, Mr. Fettuccini, which is a name I really like because I actually like fettuccine, but Mr. Fettuccini, he actually had played the computer game which I had talked about last time, the name of which I couldn't remember, Machinarium, or is it Machinarium? I don't know, Machinarium. So the one with the cute robot. So he told me that it's a really good like point and click adventure game, and it's actually available on my iPad. So I actually re-downloaded it, and I will try to complete that, like actually finish it and win, because I actually never won it. I never finished it because, like I said, I really suck at those games. So I re-downloaded that game, and I will try to win that. So that's something I can also do on my downtime, which is nice. And I actually decided I'm gonna take Explore and Draw. It's not the smallest box, and I don't know what, but I think I can manage to take it. I know it's a little bit long and big, because I had mentioned in the video that I didn't want to take Fleet the Dice game because I thought it was too much, but I think I'll take this with me. I like rolling rights, flipping rights, so maybe I'll take this. And this is a really challenging game solo-wise. I think, trying to fill up your entire boat with cats and like meet the different requirements, I feel like it's so hard. And I played this once before solo, and I thought it was really difficult. So maybe I think I might take that with me. Oh, and someone else, my friend Dana, if you're watching, Dana, hi Dana. So he suggested that I take Micro Macro Crime City, because you can just fold up the map and like just take the cards and the magnifying glass, so it's like super compact, and I think that is a fantastic idea. So I'm actually going to take Micro Macro Crime City with me as well. I don't know if you can actually play it solo. Can you play that as solo? Because like you have to, like one person has to check. I actually talked about it in a previous video one time. Oh yeah, you can play it solo. I wonder how that works, because when I remember when I played it 2-player, we would always be like one step ahead of where we were supposed to be, so that was a little bit weird. But we would just give ourselves the credit anyway and be like, okay, we got this, now we can move on, since we were always just one step ahead. But yeah, I'll take Micro Macro Crime City with me. I have the Full House edition, so I'm going to take that with me. Yeah. So today is Thursday. I'm shooting this after work on a Thursday because everything is insanely busy. Tomorrow I actually am taking off from work because I have a wedding to attend in the afternoon. Then Saturday I'm going to Rochester for the day. Then Sunday I'm heading to my mom's house. And then Monday I'm working from home at my mom's house. Then Tuesday I have to make my way to New York City. And then Wednesday I begin my journey to Africa. That's when my flight is. And I have my super long layover in Doha. So yeah, I'm starting to get excited. I've had so many snafus, like the amount of snafus I've had with canceled flights, just all kinds of things going wrong. I've already lost money because of Expedia, who I really hate now, and I will never ever use Expedia again. If you want my advice, never use Expedia, or if you do use them, make sure you only book one flight with them and not multiple flights in the same transaction, because I have lost $200 because of them now, and I've spent 3 hours with them on the phone and got nowhere with them, and finally I was like, fine, I'll just take the $200 loss, because otherwise I would lose more money, because they were not resolving an issue of a canceled flight. Only one of the flights was canceled, and then they wanted to cancel the other one in order to issue me a refund, because they said they can't issue a refund for just one flight, and I can't cancel the other flight because now that flight is even more expensive. So I decided to just take like a $200 hit and then rebook that flight elsewhere. So that was annoying, and I've been dealing with a lot of issues like that and stuff. So yeah, but we're getting there. So I'm almost going to Africa. So my question, so before I ask you guys a question, I want to, the question that I had asked 2 weeks ago about if there was like a blinged out version, like a collector's edition of a game, which game would you want? And at that time I couldn't really think of which game I would want like a really nice edition of, but then I thought of one, Merv. So Merv is here. It's designed by Fabio Lopiano, and it's one of my top 10 games of all time, I believe. It takes place in Iran. It's got different like paths to victory. If it came out with like a really like deluxe version with like a mosaic board, like, because Iran is known for its mosaics and its tile and rugs, of course, and it's turquoise, but like if it came out with a really beautiful like mosaic looking board and like maybe like miniature structures for like what the mosque is supposed to be and the caravanserai and the palace, that's something I might consider getting, actually, like a really like fancy collector's edition of, because I think that would just look stunning. And because of my connection to Iran, I think that would just be a really nice collector's item to have. So that is one game I would maybe spend up to you know, if I had the money, which I do not, up to $500 on. But like I said, I do not have the money, and I have a lot of credit card debt right now, and which I will be paying off for like God knows how long, seriously. So, you know, when you go on trips, you end up spending a lot of money. So, but yeah, so that is my answer for that question. So my question for you guys now is, you know, I told you guys in the last video that I would try vlogging for the first time. So while I'm in Africa, I might meet up with some board gamers as well. So of course, if I do, you know, I'll include them in the vlog. But what else would you like to see in a vlog? If you plan on watching this vlog of Africa, just let me know what you would be interested in seeing. And I'll try to include it. So, you know, if there's a particular animal you want me to include, I will try to include it if I happen to see that animal. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so I don't think I will see you guys for quite some time. I don't think I will be able to shoot another video until I am back. And so you probably won't see another video from me until July 30th, which I know is a long ways away. So yeah, so I will see you guys on July 30th. I might try to post like snippets and maybe little things here and there just to, you know, make sure my account doesn't go completely dead, and hopefully I won't lose too many subscribers while I'm gone. We'll see. Oh, and of course you might see videos pop up that I'd shot before and I have to release them while I'm gone, of course, because the campaigns are coming up while I'm gone. So yeah. But, you know, so I feel, why do I feel weird saying bye to you guys? But it's not like I'm actually in front of you. But yeah, it's kind of sad that I won't be able to talk to you guys for quite some time. But, you know, I'll post pictures and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so until next time, you guys, which is a long time from now. Until next time, guys. Bye.